Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live from Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning. Welcome to Habari Live, where we keep you updated on the news, sports, and entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're all the way live from Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's get it going.
Yo. I know I'm so.
Man, fuck, dude.
Nothing's wrong. It's
What?
just,
What's the problem? Tell me.
I'm just looking for the media key. That's all. I'm trying to turn it on.
The media key.
Yeah, it doesn't say Luma. I'm just looking for the Luma. I was ready.
Damn, all the times you want to start fucking with shit, man. Pressing on shit, dog, and you don't know what the fuck you doing. You had to, bro. It's not gonna go there by itself. Dude. Stop being like that. You have to do something, my dude. It ain't gonna just do that. Sorry about the technical difficulties. My engineer been on the engineer box for a year, still don't know anything. Let's go, man. Let's get it going, bro. Bring the let's go to a quick commercial. Let's just do that.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Welcome back. Let's get it going here. Like I said before we went to a break, we got we're going to keep you updated today with the news, sports, entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're live from Paradise Valley, Arizona. This week, we got a special guest in the house. They're going to be Donnell and DeShazer.
DeShazer.
DeShazer, owners of Marriage is Wealth Counseling, right?
It's actually more of a coaching, but it's very similar to counseling.
Okay. What's the difference?
So coaching is more advice-driven. It's more based on experience. So when you're looking for a coach, you're kind of looking for someone who's been through similar situations that you've been through.
Okay.
And then we facilitate that process of allowing you to get to a place of growth based on similar experiences that we can take you through something that we similarly went through. Versus counseling is more so focused on the past and emotions. Okay. And coaching is more so based on the future.
Wow. So what made you guys go down this avenue of wanting to coach other people into better relationships, if you would call it, or better ways to get along as a couple?
So for us, it was just through our own experiences. About 2.5, 3 years ago, we almost got a divorce. And we tried counseling. We tried going through our church. We tried, different avenues, but it wasn't really working for us. Okay. It wasn't working for us. Me, I did 10 years in the military. I was in the Army. And so my learning style was just, kind of like pound the pavement. Like, just tell me
Right.
what to do and I'm gonna get it done.
Right.
And with counseling, I found out it was just kind of skating around the surface and
Okay.
not really diving deep into what the actual issue was. And so when we started figuring out what worked best for us,
Hmm.
we realized, like, okay, other people need this information.
Okay.
We can't gatekeep this information, and it could transform a lot of people, especially young people.
Right.
It doesn't really work sitting in a counselor's office for a lot of younger people.
Definitely.
And so we just ran with it.
And sometimes it's hard to talk to someone that's a stranger and indulge all that information that it's hard to talk to you with your partner about. You know what I mean? And now you're going to go to a stranger and start opening up about situations that's hard to discuss. You know what I mean? And I know that's hard to do for a lot of people. So what do you do as a coach to make people more comfortable to talk to you about maybe some of the pitfalls that they're having in their relationships, or for you to know the direction that they may need to be a coach? You would need to know those things, right?
So the first thing we look for is, our program is kind of a high ticket.
Okay.
And so usually the people that we attract usually are ready for that type of transformation. They're usually ready to receive the information first off.
Okay.
They're open to receive it, because when you spend that kind of money on a life coach or on a counselor, you're expecting a certain amount of results. So it first has to come from the person within to be able to want that transformation. And second, we don't take on clients that we don't resonate with and clients that don't resonate with us.
Okay.
Because it's kind of pointless. Like I said, this is the benefit of not being a counselor, is because counselors, not saying they'll take on anybody, but they have more flexibility to take on anybody. They accept insurance, all these different things.
Right.
And it's kind of more so of just getting as many clients as possible.
Yeah.
But for us, we can really tailor it and really get to know our clients, and our clients really become our family.
Wow. Wow. So have you ran into a situation where you was like, hey, I don't think this is the type couple that we really want to work with? They don't really fit the mold of the family, what we're trying to instill in a couple.
Absolutely. So when I take consultations, the first thing I notice is, if there's no self-accountability, I can't work with you.
Hmm.
If you're just my spouse, my spouse, my spouse, my husband, my husband, my husband, but never talking about the things that you do,
That's
I already
real.
know this is not a good fit.
That's real.
Because if you can't be accountable to yourself, then there's no way I can get you to be accountable if you don't even have a little bit of self-accountability. So
Man.
I know firsthand, when I hear that first consultation, if I just hear a bunch of blaming, I already know
Mhm.
this is not for me.
Yeah, man. Just like my nephew over here. Yeah, everything's about something. Nothing's ever his fault. Everything's somebody else. Everything's something else. Somebody, something, something, something. It's never just, oh, my bad. Let me pay attention. Let me take care of that. You have to have accountability, man. We all try to, nobody's perfect.
Absolutely.
We all make mistakes. Our attention goes off for a minute. We all do things. No one is perfect. And if you think you are, you may need to talk to someone. But we all make mistakes. But the main thing is to be accountable for your mistakes and say, oh, my bad. I slipped up. My fault. You have to have that. Pride is what is your pride to say, I made a mistake?
Right.
And it's hard for a lot of us to do it. And it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy. So how long have you guys been getting into the coaching and everything? How long you guys been doing this?
So we started coaching right at probably about a month or two before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
We felt it heavy on our spirit that it was the time.
Okay.
We had been really taking the year before that just to kind of study, make sure we know what we're talking about.
Right,
Because we
right.
don't have a counseling background, we had to
Mhm.
do a lot of self-study, a lot of masterminds, just kind of understanding how to teach people. We
Right,
had to learn
right,
how to
right.
do that, because we fixed our own marriage,
Right.
but we had to make sure that we can handle someone else's marriage, because that's very delicate.
Man.
So we took a year of learning, and then after that year of learning and still healing,
Mhm.
then we were like, okay, let's go full force.
Okay. I mean, I believe to learn from someone else, you want to know that they've been through the same things. It's kind of hard to learn from someone where you don't feel as though they've been through the same alleyways, back streets, problems that you've been through. These relationships are tough, man, and it's not easy for someone who just, most people who just give up, or they don't become dedicated to their partner. They're more about themselves. Hey, welcome to the show, bro. How you doing? It's Donnell, right? I'm Damon. Nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you. Welcome. We was just discussing, some of the things that you guys advocate to help couples move their relationships forward, and some of the pitfalls that they may see, and some of the advantage. So I'll ask you the same question. What was your intentions when you started this marriage for wealth?
My intentions were to, when we were going through issues in the beginning of our relationship, we didn't have anybody to go to
Okay.
talk to. So my intentions was to create a community where people can have someone to speak to if they have issues. Because let's be honest, not everybody can afford counseling.
That's real.
Not everybody trusts coaching.
That's real.
And so if you just have a community of people, even in, I have a smaller section just for husbands. Even with that, I set up mentors for them to be accountable for other husbands who are newer husbands and stuff like that. So
Right.
I don't want to make any excuse for people not being successful inside their marriage. And so I just wanted to create that community where we can provide those resources for people,
Right.
Just kind of like not feel like they're doing marriage by themselves,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think we all take marriage and think, hey, this is something that we have to figure out, you and I, when it's a situation where, hey, just like when children, man, it takes a village. You know what I mean? It takes everyone to help out and to help you in things that you may have a weakness in, and to point out things that you may need help in. And it takes people to swallow that pride and say, hey, yeah, I do need this help. Maybe I am weak in these points in the relationship. So I see that you said that you guys went through, some hard times and you came through it. What was some of the lowest points of your relationship that you may want to talk about?
You got a better memory than me. So.
Some of the lowest points, really, it was just a collective of just little issues just constantly building up. And that rooted from, the expectations versus reality.
Okay.
Right? Of we got married, you expected one thing, I didn't follow through.
Okay.
I expect one thing, you didn't follow through. And
Right.
over time, you start to build that resentment. You start to not understand each other. You start to feel like strangers. And so we had to kind of correct ourselves and create a foundation.
Right.
Of like, okay, I know how your parents' marriage is. You know how my parents' marriage is. But what is our marriage? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't expect our marriage to be the same. So our lowest point, honestly, was just, there were a lot of little things. We separated. We were very
A few times.
toxic to each other, arguing all the time, screaming matches. It was just ridiculous.
Wow.
But yeah, I think that was just our lowest point, was just when we finally got to that point where we were like, I had enough.
Wow.
You
And
know,
instead of giving up, like most couples do, especially in this day and age, you guys created a bond. And how was that? What was that process that you guys went through to build that bond to make your relationship stronger?
First, a lot of prayer.
For sure.
Regardless of what you believe, marriage requires a lot more in the spiritual than it does the physical. That's why a lot of times when people can be married or in a relationship for like 5, 6 years, maybe 10 years, and as soon as they get married, they're like, "What's going on?"
Right.
And you can't answer those questions. So prayer and I'll be honest, for me, identifying as a leader in the marriage community has made me more accountable for my actions and the decisions that I made, because things that I would have done in the past, because I could get away with it or do, I can't do, because I identify as a leader, and that's created really good habits to now I'm not, I don't even think about that anymore. I just think about, this is who I identify. I am a leader. I am a marriage advocate. I am passionate about this. I'm in love with my wife, these things, And so, that identity really did help for me as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a personal question. Was your pops in your life your whole?
My biological, no.
Right.
But I love that question, by the way. I think that question should be more asked more often, you know.
Right.
I did have a stepfather though, who was in my life, but he was a good provider, but because he did not have kids of his own, it was hard for him to have that relationship.
Yeah.
But he did a good job. But as far as my biological, no.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we as black males, we get a lot of misinformation, man, coming up, and marriage and becoming a leader is not information we always get, bro. It's pimping. How many ladies do you have? All the wrong information, I mean, that we're putting out here, and we're telling our kids. And I was just wondering what influenced you to be that man to step forward and take your lady's hand and marry her. Because even me myself, I'm not married. And I'm an older gentleman. I feel as though that I've always had stigmas connected to it. I've always had, I looked at more of the issues of it than the strong points. You know what I mean? And I'm with my lady. We've been together forever, and we're going to get married. It's not a question. But you still have that fear. You know what I mean, of some of the stigmas. So how did you, growing up, make that decision, especially as a younger man, to make that decision to go ahead and make that step forward and not think about the pitfalls and some of the things that you've been able to come out of?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, most of that has to do with her patience and willingness to believe that, because I mean, I was a lot of the issue in the beginning of the marriage.
Right. We always are.
And so it was her patience and resilience, and my decision to say, I'm just gonna keep trying until I get this. When we go to the gym, we don't just lift weights and say, like, I don't know if you ever lifted a weight too heavy. I did, and then you need someone else's help. You're like, oh, like I almost died. That's how it felt. But I still went to the gym.
Right.
I mean, I haven't been in a while, but I still went to the gym. At that time.
Neither has Aunt.
No.
I've been trying to drag him out the house. Like, hey,
I still went to gym because I desire to be in shape. So, when that, first of all, you have a beautiful family. I have 2 beautiful daughters, a baby boy, a beautiful wife. And so when you see that is the desire that you want, then you just say, okay, I'm just going to keep doing it until I get it right. And luckily I found someone that was willing to be patient enough and resilient enough to deal with my craziness.
Right.
And I believe at this point I figured it out. I figured out what needs to happen. What do I need to stay away from? Who do I need to not be around?
Right.
I figured it out to the point now I can document this and share it with somebody else as well.
I mean, it's knowledge that we need.
Yeah.
And I wish that, my pops wasn't around. I wish we had more information on how to be a man, how to lead, how to take care of your family, how to take on those responsibilities. And we just don't know, bro. And I'm happy that there's to see a black man like you taking those situations upon yourself to help others to build, because it's a low percentage of us that even get married, man. The family structure is falling apart in our community. I think it's getting better in the aspect of the black man has never really left the family. I mean, I think that has always been something that's thrown around, and I think it's incorrect. The man has always been there. The situations have changed how couples stay together. But if a man has a chance to take care of his kid, he's gonna do it. Most men. I'm not gonna say all. There are some deadbeats out there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all, but most men, just like your stepdad, he took up. Most people would do those situations and help because they care about the woman or whatever. But I just think that we need to figure out, man, how do we build these relationships and how we keep them in our community instead of being it's so much hate going from both sides. I'm not gonna blame men or women, but you see too much these, you already know, these N words, these B words, how we talk about each other online and how we do these things. What do you think, both of you, anyone of you, what do you think we can do to make things better for the next generation, so they don't have so much hate towards the other gender, females? And you listen to the music. I mean, the music isn't helping. We're not building love like we used to in the music. What do you think we can do to make it better?
I think the biggest thing that a lot of our community struggles with is where we put our money.
Okay.
we will put our money into rappers. We put our money into these clothing designers. We put a lot of our money into the physical things.
Right.
But I think in this year alone, we need to start putting more money into things that are going to build us up emotionally and spiritually.
That's real.
Because we put a lot of money making other people rich.
That's real.
And then we end up being poor and we end
That's
up
real.
robbing ourselves.
Mhm.
So I think this year, more than ever, we need to put money into getting the coaching, getting the counseling, and heal ourselves.
Right.
Because it's not going to change. We're not going to be just put in a room and just be able to hash it out.
That's real.
Unless we all do our own healing, and then we can come together and have a conversation and say, okay, well, I learned this about myself, so let's talk about it.
Right.
But if you don't know how to have those conversations, you won't have them.
That's real.
And so that's the biggest thing, is just putting more money behind your spirituality, put more money behind your emotional well-being. You know, a lot of Black people don't take that serious. Mental health, sometimes it don't have to be as intimidating as people make it seem. We are the most laid back coaches you will ever meet. Now, I'm going to dig into you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not acting right as a wife, or you're not acting right as a husband, we're going to get into you.
Definitely.
You know, we're going to let you know, hey, you slipping, you messing up.
Right.
But at the same time, we family, and we're going to make sure that you're successful in your relationship.
That's what I like. I like that you guys, what you guys are doing. I checked out your website. It's amazing. I love it. I see that what is it? One of the slogans you have is marriage is wealth. Is a lifestyle brand created to promise healthy marriages through the media. Relationships are glorified with no purpose of marital commitment. Couples who are serious about the commitment to their lifelong partner simply lack a positive community to connect through. We consider it a privilege to provide a safe space for married couples to join by purchasing our featured Marriage is Wealth design. You are entering into the fastest growing community designed specifically for you and your spouse's lifelong success. And that is beautiful, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. And people don't realize that how much wealth you can build with another person, and how important it is to build that wealth with someone else. And you're not gonna build it with your homies, man. I know that y'all, my homies, my boys. You know how we are. My boy, every one of them gonna be gone.
and God forbid they take you with them, because there's been multiple times when a homie done took me away from my family. You know,
That's
just
real.
because, you know, I mean, it's the influence is real, and that's why you have to create those boundaries.
That's real, man.
You have to.
You have to realize your boys. That's not the one that's gonna be on your side when you down.
Yeah,
Your
when
boys,
you're sick.
that's real.
Yeah.
They like shadows.
Nah, man. They're
You know,
situational.
you know what I mean? You know,
gotta
they like
know-
shadows. When it's all sunny out there,
Yeah,
they're gonna be
they
right
with you.
there.
That's right.
But when it's dark and gloomy outside for you, they ain't gonna be there.
They're not gonna be there.
Gonna be there at all.
And your lady, that's who's gonna be there for you. That's who's there for you when you're down. She's gonna be there for you on your side. So you boys, I mean, it's cool when you're 16, 15, then you're in high school. But when them bills start hitting you and you start realizing the responsibilities of life, you're gonna need someone on your side who's really with you. You know what I
Your
mean?
boy's struggling just like you, so he can't help you out.
That's
Like, hey, can I borrow $20? Man, I need $20. You know, it's like, no,
that's real, bro. It's hard out here, man, and I'm just happy that you guys are doing something to help build. I mean, you don't care what couples, what relation, what race they are, right? You're doing whoever, right?
Oh yeah,
Anybody
absolutely.
I mean,
Anybody who wants to, like I said, if you want to receive the transformation, that's what I look for.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what I look for.
That's dope. That's dope. Because like I said, it's the influence and just seeing you guys is a good part already. Just because to me, we don't see too many Black couples out there standing strong and being strong. We see so much drama and just crap. You know what I mean? And you know, us, we that's what we go to. We love it. We want to see the breaking up, and the next week Kanye married to somebody else. You know, we
You know, the two people I think about when I think of like peak Black, you know what I'm saying, marriage is probably Steve Harvey and his wife.
They
man.
Are, you know
what I'm saying?
But I don't know what his daughter got out of it, because man,
that's besides the point.
He said that's besides the point.
she got a new man this week.
Look, she went on like some talk show, and she was like, I never messed with a father and a son. Talk about Diddy and his son. I think that was Diddy and his son.
Did she mess with Diddy and his son?
Diddy and the son.
Oh my goodness.
And the son.
Oh,
That's besides the point, though.
She's having a good time. But hey, but you're right though. Steve Harvey, you
can tell he has his stuff right.
Yeah, man.
Classy, man.
Yeah. He's definitely
He loves his family.
Class act.
I love, he loves his family. That's the king of his, palace right there.
Yeah, man. Him, we got Obama and them, their family is great role models and influences for us, man. I'd love to see that, man. I love to see strong couples. We're trying to do that, for our daughter and be there and show people. But I'm scared to get married, so
that's a valid fear. I'll tell you that. I know it's a valid fear.
Hey man, it's scary, man, and I just don't want things to change, man. We've been so good this way, you see how many people switch up when the marriage comes. You got to take the responsibility, man. We got a kid, we want it all to have, the same last name. That's something I've always wanted. I mean, so I think it's important, because we don't do it that much. It doesn't happen that often when you come into a black family and you see the Johnsons and everybody has the last name Johnson. It's he got a different father. He you know what I'm saying? He got she never got. Everybody got a different last name, and my family was like that. I'm not blaming my mother or anything, but we just was all over the place. My brother, he had a different last name. Me and my two other brothers, we had a different last name. And she had a different last name. Pops was never really around. So it's just everybody never sent, we never had that mailbox, leave it to Beaver. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that stuff is important to us, for us, because you can't build wealth without it, man. We can't have that home. You know how many of us own homes? Not many. Because we're not building that wealth, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. And that's why we picked the slogan, marriage is wealth, because we wanted it to be about money,
right?
But we also wanted it to be about, generational wealth when it comes to the mindset,
right?
Because we want couples not only to be transformed through us, but to also become entrepreneurs, to build wealth.
That's real.
So it's more than just the relationship, because if we can get your relationship right, everything else we can teach you. You know what I'm saying? We can teach you how to build wealth. We can teach you how to get after the bag if that's what you want.
Yeah.
But you got to start with inside first, because I can guarantee you the biggest thing that I see with a lot of celebrities is they will get money, but when you get money and you're unhealed, you will lose it just as fast as you got it, because when you're unhealed, you don't make the best decisions. And so you will invest money into, for example, one of the Migos. You know what I mean? You got to a certain level of success, but still had the ultimate demise because we're not putting our money in the right places. Man. We're still gambling. We're still out here, beating each other down after we get to that zenith of, financial success.
Right. And the crazy part of him, it wasn't even his fault. That's
man. But
what,
I was telling you when it happened, though, bro. I mean, I don't roll dice. If cats are rolling dice, I'm in the other room. I don't deal with that.
Right.
Yeah,
I already know. I'm from the hood. I know what happens in those situations.
I understand. Quavo, your boy, and you was at the same time.
I'm out of here. They in there rolling dice. I'm out.
Right.
Because I already know.
It can change really quickly.
A fight about it
can change in a second.
9 times out of 10, those dice, it's gonna be somebody gonna get mad. And then it ended up being that they said it was the dice was loaded or something. They was fighting about the dice. That's what the argument ended up being about. It's just bull. You can't. You got too much money to be in that situation.
Right. Yeah. Too much money.
Yeah, like you said, but unhealed wounds and the lack of accountability. It sounds like too.
Yeah. Yep.
One of the best things that we've done is we have this saying that when you first get married, you got to hide with your spouse, because you have to continue. It's obviously takes a while to learn your spouse, but you got to focus solely on that.
That's real.
And if you got other people pulling you to the other direction and stuff, like I said, I have friends that just had me living a crazy lifestyle, married, and I couldn't even detach because I couldn't detach from them, so I couldn't detach from lifestyle.
Right.
And so you're right. When I see people rolling dice, same thing, hypothetically, whatever, I leave the room at this point,
man.
Yeah.
That's not the type of situation I want to be in. And even when I was younger, I was like, man, you already know what's about to go down.
Mhm.
It's just inevitable. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's how it is. And they've been in those situations. They know, but they just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's the
habitual.
lifestyle.
Yeah, it's habitual. You're so used to it, so that's
Mhm.
what you continue to
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
And I just wish that these guys, these rappers we would stop preaching that you have to stay in the hood. We would stop telling these guys, man, once you see success, leave.
Yeah.
There's
You can
somebody-
come back, man, and build.
It's the hero's journey. You come, do what you need to do, be who you need to be, come back and help.
That's
the
real.
hood, you know what I'm saying? So you're right,
Yeah,
but you
man.
gotta leave first.
You gotta go, man.
Yeah, somebody said in the song, he was like, I don't understand how being broke is real and getting money's fake.
Mm.
And it's
I don't
like,
know.
yeah,
It's to them, they feel like you leaving the hood, that you're not being genuine to the hood.
that's what
But-
Tupac was talking. I forgot what
Yeah,
song.
Tupac was a
was-
big part of it.
What song was that? I'm thinking, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
That song right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. He talked about him leaving the hood and brothers being mad at him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And brothers not wanting to mess with him because he stayed in the hills and in Beverly. But hey, you gotta look, man. To expect someone who's become successful to stay in the same situation that they've been in their whole life is ignorance. It's all it is.
All right, Nico has a question.
What's up, Nico?
Nico said, how do you deal with finances in a marriage or serious committed relationship? Do you have a single account or separate accounts? What's your take?
We believe in shared accounts, but if you're not responsible enough yet, I would start with separate accounts and then have a joint account for all of the major financial obligations. So let's say, for example, I have my separate account, he has a separate account. If all the bills come up to $3,200, we need to put $3,200, both of us collectively, however you divide that up, into one account so we can pay bills from this account. Now, I will say overall, you need to set boundaries when it comes to finances. For me and him, we've achieved a great amount of financial success, but we let each other know when we're about to spend over $100. If I'm in Target and I start getting crazy on my head, you know what I'm saying?
She always finding deals.
Oh, because I'm always finding the deals. And my excuse is, it was on sale. It was on sale.
I'm like, but if like 20 items are on sale, that's like,
that's like $50. Yeah. So
my show looked over so fast.
Right.
I saw that. I was like,
yeah, my
already
excuse was,
know.
it was on sale. I had to get it. And
But it
so,
was on sale, babe.
yeah.
You mind if I spend like this amount of money on getting whatever this weekend?
On what?
So I got it approved in my head. I got a budget.
Yeah, exactly. So so anything over $100 for us is just our mark of like, okay, we're spending. We're spending too much without talking to each other.
Yeah.
So that's just a boundary that we set, and you just got to really figure out what works for you. And based on your budget may be less than $100, depending on how much you make. You may have to let each other know when you're about to spend $20, because that's where you might be in that season. Or if you're more, you might be like, hey, you can spend $1,000 before you have to tell me. It just depends on where you're at financially.
Yeah, man.
With me, I mean, not relationship wise, but everybody knows in here. Everybody that in here knows that I'm bad with money. I'm like terrible with money. But I had this friend that I would take to the mall with me just in case, like, you know what I'm saying, just to tell me no. Like, I'm being like, he would tell me, like, hey, bro, no, don't get this hoodie, or you know what I'm saying. Like me personally, I need that for right now.
Right.
But it's like I'm bad. I'm bad with money.
And I noticed that most people aren't usually bad with money. It's just that they don't have any, like I said, it goes all back to self-accountability.
Yeah.
And
Like,
being
I know
able
I'm bad
to
with
know and being able to do that. Now, if you're having issues with talking about money or even having the conversation, because money is a sensitive subject for a lot of Black people. Because we have a scarcity mindset when it comes to money.
Right.
And so if you're having a difficult time even having that conversation, then start with the basics. Start learning how to communicate better first. Figure out when's the best time to talk to this person. Are they in a good mood, usually in the mornings? And then start having those conversations at those appointed times.
Right.
You can't just jump into the conversation when you feel like it and think that person's going to receive it.
Right.
So,
That's real, man.
Which also too, if anyone has, I see brother walked out, but if anyone does have a hard time with money, one thing that I found works is taking $100 in cash, put in your pocket, go shopping like you would spend the money, but don't spend the money.
Okay.
And what you're doing is you're exercising the brain to have that discipline, because not only will you attract more money, but you'll know, like, I always can, but I just choose not to. So it's a very powerful thing, practice. So that's, a little bit of
Yeah.
Fit with that work for
I,
me.
hey, that's a good idea because I think that we need to exercise
Mm-hmm.
the mental of not spending.
Right.
We don't need these material things.
Oh
man.
yeah.
I know that you feel as though you need those bundles. I know you need those new Jordans. You don't need them. You can save that money. You can wear your old shoes for a little while. I swear that dude is still gonna buy you those things.
Mm.
He's
Mhm.
still gonna like you because you didn't get those eyebrows last week.
Right.
He's still gonna like you
Absolutely. Absolutely.
with or without them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know why we're so caught up in so much material, and we have
But you know what? It's history.
yeah.
When you think about Egyptians and the places that we as a people come from, they were
Mhm.
dazzled in jewels.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So we have always been materialistic in the way
Mhm.
that we present ourselves.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that we're missing that piece of actually passing down the information of how to get that.
That's real.
And so my biggest thing, what I would say financially, is what helps a lot of people is I tell people that when you're investing in these designer brands, let's say
Mhm.
you buy a $200 pair of Jordans. If you can't afford a $200 pair of Jordans and $200 in that stock, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Invest in
Yeah.
the company.
That's real.
If you can invest in the shoes, invest in the company. If
real,
you can't
man.
invest in the company, don't invest in the shoes.
That's real. You don't need to buy a $200 pair of shoes. There are other options. I mean, there are other options. There's
Mhm.
cheaper options. We need to buy within our range.
Mhm.
We're buying way. I can't believe these people are buying Louis Vuitton. Dude, if you're not a millionaire and you're spending
Right, yeah.
$300,
Even
$400, $500 on a belt,
Yeah.
that's
But you know what too? One of our close friends, they're high level entrepreneurs, and I asked her that question, and what she told me was that when it comes to, and they're millionaires, but when it comes to designer clothes, they wear it for a purpose. If they're going to a speaking engagement, if
Right.
they're going to an event,
Mhm.
but even as millionaires, they don't just walk around
Right.
just wearing designer all the time.
Come
They
on.
wear it for a purpose,
Telling you,
and
talk to them.
people lose that
They definitely
sight
do.
of that, and they
Right.
just wear it just to make themselves feel
These
good.
people,
But that's filling a void.
You see
You know
him
what I
walking
mean?
around there in a normal shirt. You see Bill Gates. He got this dude
Adam
dressed as
Sandler,
JC
that's a
Penney
big
or
one.
something, man.
Have you seen Adam Sandler? Like
Right.
how he dressed?
Man, dog.
Bro,
He put
yeah.
on a
You be looking homeless.
He be
sometimes.
real bummy, yeah.
Straight
He be
homeless.
Real
looking
bummy.
bummy. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
y'all be throwing on anything in the morning,
Bag.
man.
Is that I know that ain't Happy Gilmore. That's
Man.
Yeah.
Dude. But hey, like, I want to ask you guys a question though. You know, you see a lot of people nowadays having this discussion because I think that we've lost what the roles are in today's society.
Mm.
And I also think that society also changes roles as society changes, as life changes, as situations changes. You know, you see a lot of people talking about that the man should be paying everything
Mhm.
and that the woman shouldn't be paying any bills at all. What do you guys feel about those situations? Are you a 50-50 couple? Are you a couple that you believe that the man should be taking care of everything and no woman should have to pay for a thing?
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be very triggering for a lot of people.
Mhm.
First of all, I was a stay at home dad for the beginning of our marriage.
Wow.
Because when I did a lot of video production,
Right.
a lot of freelance work.
Yeah.
Nothing was consistent. I wasn't a big fan of college. I wasn't a big fan of, corporate jobs and stuff.
Right.
I just love creativity. I did music, just different stuff.
Mhm.
She was in the military. She already had a full-time job.
Right.
So it was our agreement that I was going to stay home with the kids, save on babysitting, and everything she was bringing on was supporting all of us.
Right.
Every once in a while, like get a big gig, like a movie or a TV show or a documentary or whatever. But mostly I was at home. And so here is when you talk about healing, right? Here's what I want a lot of men to understand. First of all, I think the man should support his family,
Right.
Straight out the back, right? But for the women, it's okay to have faith and believe and nurture your man to that point if he's not there.
That's real.
As long as you guys are on an agreement, because that's what women do. They nurture. That's what they're best. That's what they're really good at.
Right.
And so a lot of times a woman will nurture a man to be successful.
That's real.
And sadly, they'll leave and find other women because they think their value is a lot different now.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But but as long as you have the mindset, like, look, I want to take my family to the point. Now I'm taking care of my family.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it completely flipped And what really inspired me was, I don't know if you know Toby Nwigwe, the rapper. Oh
not
man,
sure.
yeah, y'all got to check out Toby.
Okay.
So he's a very successful rapper, and he started during the pandemic and kind of blew up.
Okay.
One thing he said, now he takes care of his family. And
Okay.
you listen to his music, you'll know.
That's what he's talking about. Right.
But before he was doing or trying to get out there, his wife was working at JCPenney and carrying the family, paying all the bills and stuff.
Right.
You know, but now this man is taking care of his family. And so there's nothing wrong with being nurtured by your wife. That's what they do.
That's
like she did a really good job believing in me. And what does that mean, nurture? Like affirmation, say, hey, you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I told her after she got out of the military, I said, I don't want her to ever have to work again if she don't want to.
Yeah, he fired me last week
Oh,
from
yeah.
our business.
Yeah, she tried.
He did.
Yeah, because we got a business that we do, and
Right.
we have employees. I'm like, let the, worry about,
Yeah.
Let
I
them
showed
take
up to
care
the
of it.
job site with a rag because we do construction.
Right.
So I showed up to the job site with a rag, like, what you need me to clean? He's like, you show up here one more time, I'm gonna fire you.
Yeah. The military mindset. But no. So I told her, you have to work, because my cup is full at this point.
Right,
I know what I
right.
need to do.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I say triggering because, a lot of people really think that right off the bat.
Right.
Which, ideally, yeah.
Right.
You should have a plan,
Definitely.
But for me, it's like I knew this one guy who was a truck driver, right?
Yeah.
And that's all he wanted to do. He's successful as far as I'm concerned. That's
Right.
success. Like he's happy. That's what he wanted to do.
Definitely.
And his wife is like a doctor, right?
Mhm.
But a lot of people look at that as like, oh, well, he's not, bringing in most of the money, so that's not a good. No, like
Nah.
it's not about that. First of all, it's about the two spouses, what they agree with.
Definitely.
Second of all, like again, we had to start changing all this, like beating people down because they're not doing this, they're not doing that. No,
True.
that's how we keep us in the cycle of
Definitely.
hurt.
And like I said, the society, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Women, they have careers.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1950. This is not 1955.
Mhm.
Women, they can build their own. They're smart. They're intelligent. They don't need us for them to be successful,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to build wealth on their own nowadays. So you can't look at life the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when women didn't have opportunities, you had to take care of them. There wasn't an if and, but they couldn't get jobs. You know what I mean? So it was situations that you had to. Now it's different. So you can't look at the same eyes as you saw your great grandparents living,
Right.
because this is a new
It's a different
day
time.
and age.
Absolutely.
New day and age.
And the biggest thing I see with a lot of couples who have that dynamic where the woman is providing and the man is not,
Mhm.
is there's a lack of vision.
Yeah.
When I was working and he wasn't,
Mhm.
like, yeah, a lot of people could have looked at our situation and be like, well, why is she doing everything? But we had a
Right.
vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our vision was that I was going to do the military because that's what I was already doing. I was already 5 years in before we got married.
Right.
So I was already doing it.
Right.
And so our vision was, okay, we're going to start businesses. We're going to take every ounce of income we get from the military so we can be self-sustainable. So I need you to stay at home, hold it down with the kids, because
Right.
I can't get out of this contract.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm in it. So you have to have a vision.
That's
if you don't
real.
have a vision, you will not know where you're going and you will be
Yeah.
lost.
And
You know?
and it takes two. Women, you can't just expect this man to figure it all out on his own.
Mm-hmm.
He needs your help. He needs you to like you said, pat him on the back, give him affirmation that he can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do those things for him, because he can't do it on his own. And sometimes you just be lost,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you need someone to give you a little direction.
Absolutely.
And
it's a little insensitive. And this might be triggering to a lot of Black women. It's a little insensitive for us to believe that our Black men are 100% equipped to do what we want them to do.
that's real.
A lot of them are coming from places where they didn't have fathers. A lot of them are coming from the system. A lot of them
real.
are coming from, their father was in jail or their daddy was hitting their mama.
Right.
So when you realize what you're dealing with, if you're going to be with a Black man and be a Black couple, there's a responsibility
That's
that you
real.
have to really take a lot more care than a normal relationship.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because of where we come from. And so it's a little insensitive to believe that this person is supposed to meet all your needs.
That's real.
All your needs. You got to be able to nurture each other. And you know what I'm saying? Me being a true helpmate, whatever he gives me, I'm going to multiply.
Right.
We said we wanted to get into construction. And I'm like, okay, how much you want to make? You want to make 6 figures in it or 7?
Right.
What's your goal? Because 7 is going to take a lot more,
Right.
locking in than 6.
Mhm.
If you want to make 6, okay, I'm going to help you get to 6 if that's what you want to do
Right.
for the family. But if you want to make 7, we got to lock in.
Mhm.
You
You
know
got
what
to
I'm
set
saying?
those goals
Right.
as a couple. And when we started this company last year, we knew that we was going to be taking some sacrifices, and we knew that we were going to be coming out of our comfort zone. We might not be able to do as much shopping as we usually do, and then vacations that we usually take, because we're taking a chance, and you can't make that next step if you don't plan and take chances. And I think that we did a good job of doing that. Let's go to a quick break. Should have brought it over here.
There you go.
We're gonna get into a little news now.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by
no one. If you do want to become a sponsor, make sure to email us at info@habaryentertainment.com, and we will get back with you and do some discussion on what we can do to help you. And also, if you enjoy healthy snacks, head to our website, www.habaryentertainment.com, and click on the Naked Nutrition banner to browse and select snacks from their variety. They have a lot of good snacks, a lot of good. I think the oatmeal chocolate chip cookies were amazing. So if you guys want to look at some healthy options for your snacks, make sure to go to our website and click on the Naked Nutrition in our banner, and buy some stuff for us to help us out, because we make money off that.
We make money.
we need the help. You know what I mean? So
Please,
anything that you buy will help us out to help out at Habari Entertainment. So we got Crownson in the house, right? We wanted to bring him in for a minute and talk. Yo. Yeah. Let's go take his seat right here.
Dang. You got kicked out.
Yeah, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
What you got for it?
So right here, I made my own puff pastry dough.
Right.
I'm just gonna go over this stuff for you guys. You can do whatever you want to. You don't have to make your own puff pastry dough. Normally, I medicate this stuff, so everything usually has some sort of weed or something in it.
Yeah.
But I was asked to not do that.
Definitely.
But I did. I made some unmedicated stuff. Like I said, you can make your own puff pastry dough. But what I just did is I made some pinwheels.
Okay.
And I roasted 3 different peppers and put some cheese in there and everything and baked that off.
Wow.
Now, that's part of what me and a couple guys are going to start doing. We're going to start doing like medicated hash, like brunches.
Okay.
And that's going to be part of it. We're going to have like biscuits and gravy. We're just kind of trying to tell our story.
Wow.
Like I'm from the Midwest, but I also have people from Bama. So I'm going to give a little Midwest, South, and Southwest into everything. And then the other guys have their own thing. And I'm going to tag them with everything. Just so
man, these smell amazing. So you so what's the ingredients? What's in these?
So it's a lot of butter. Because so with puff pastry, it's called lamination. You have to do like butter and fold it. And it's
oh wow!
ass. That's why I say you might want to just go get your own puff pastry.
Wow! So you sat there and made the pastries yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That you have to do the dough.
French trained chef.
You have to do the dough, the fill dough stuff.
Oh well, it's a little different. This is more closer to like a croissant dough.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, but it's a pain in the
yeah, man. Because I know croissants are really, really tough to make. Because all the layers.
In a single bedroom apartment is rough.
Humble beginnings.
But
you want to get in here and try one of these? Y'all want to try them? You scared to try?
I tried.
I'll try it, but
Yeah.
he's vegan.
He's
so
vegan?
not gonna
Yeah. There's a lot of butter and stuff in there. But
Vegan,
we're gonna do that. We're gonna be doing like
bro,
ribeye steaks and stuff like that. And for those people who are vegan, we can do that because I used to make that stuff for like the St. Louis. I want to say St. Louis, but the Arizona Cardinals and stuff. We cook for them up there.
this is spicy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Really good, bro.
I put my foot in
Bringing
it.
a mess. It's real flaky. I like it.
But we have that coming up, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get a podcast going so we can start bringing a lot of the local people that I have.
Yeah.
And we have a group coming up. I have a name for it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be From Locals Only.
Okay.
So FLO.
Okay.
So Flow.
Definitely.
And we're going to have, weed, food, whatever. And that's our brand is Flow.
Wow.
So you can say when you see it in store, whatever it is, go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Hey, that's nice, man. I love it.
Yeah.
So when you talking about doing it, do you want to do it here?
Sure. I mean, I'm gonna need like help with all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, man, we can get it going, man.
Because I got my people. We're nothing but fine dining chefs and stuff like that. I got some local artists and stuff to put on there. And then, real quick though, to medicate any of this stuff, especially that, all you got to do is if you buy your own puff pastry dough in the store, you just take some coconut oil, which I like the best, and some like RSO or hash, and they heat that up so it's activated.
Right.
And then you just brush it on there at the end, and then
wow.
it's medicated. So you can make anything. Just throw a little butter or coconut oil in there.
Dude, these are amazing, bro.
I mean, if you can cook, you can medicate
it. They are so good,
There's
man.
Oil and fat in it,
I like it.
It's something that you would find in a nice little restaurant, man. A little hole in a wild joint, man. It's like, man, these are so raw, man.
Yeah,
I just like
good.
It's more like a basket of that and biscuits and stuff like
man.
that. So like you're sitting at brunch and stuff.
Man, dude, that's so
getting
good.
high, you leave with like a little gift bag.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Goodies.
We're trying to do it right.
And the reason why I said on this show, no matter, because this show is a straight lace show. You know what I'm saying? So we try to come with the people we work with and the sponsors we work with. You know what I mean? We try to be as less. We don't try to cuss as much.
Right.
But our other shows, it's whatever. But this one we try to be as straight laced as we can for the sponsors and everything.
Sure. I hear you.
But we love what you do because with or without medicated, man, it tastes amazing. You know what I mean? Everything you do, man. And you gotta have the options because everybody don't, you know what I mean? Everybody don't want to get that.
Yeah.
I love it, man. But I appreciate you a lot, bro. And I want to make sure you tell people where they can contact you, where they can get something if they need some more of these. And you got a website again? You got your website going?
I just have the Instagram.
All right. So I know it's Crownsin.
Yeah.
_1.
So it's a little different because some kid at some point in time stole my name. I don't know how he even came up with that name. But it's CROWNZ1NS_corner. But if you start typing in CROWNZI, all that kind of stuff, it'll start coming up. You may get my backup page.
Right.
If you get my backup page and there's not 1,500 people on there, that's the backup page.
It's the backup.
But there's that. Just DM me. Like,
right.
We'll get it going. That's how I've been doing it.
Well, we're going to get the show going for you, man, so people can find out more about what you're doing because we love what you're doing. We love your food, man. Damn, what kind of peppers are you using?
So it is red peppers, serranos, and then jalapeno.
Holy crap.
And then
I'm wondering why I'm sweating though.
Really?
And then
need some water.
And then
I have no tolerance.
and that cheese is pepper jack.
Woo.
Tell you everything.
Yeah, these are spicy, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I just want to share what my grandma taught me how to be more selfless. Like that's who taught me to cook and everything. But for a while in this industry, I kind of was like kind of gatekeeping. Like, no, you can't make that. No. Like, no, that's not what it's about.
Man.
I'm trying to help promote everybody and just be like, make something and then just move out of the way.
Yeah, man.
Stay in my lane,
Let's get this show together, man, because I want to I want to let more people know what you're
Yeah,
doing,
Mike.
Crowns, and we want to make sure that everybody gets your food, man, and come in and check it out. We love it, man, and you always bring amazing dishes in, and we really, really, really appreciate you, bro, a whole lot, man. Thank you, because it's not easy, man. I suck. And I'll burn anything, man.
Oh
Hot
my!
dogs.
Bro, I remember one day. I don't know if you remember. One day I came out the room, and it was a little smoky in the kitchen, and I had bought some. You know them cookie doughs you just need to pop in the oven for a couple minutes.
Right.
Man,
It's already done. You just need to heat the cookie dough up.
you gotta put it in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were black. I'm like,
Cooking
how
the
did
dough.
he? What he told me was, man, I put it in the oven and walked away. Then came back. They were black.
They
was
wasn't
like,
hard. To me, they wasn't getting hard. But you have to wait for them and let them set. But see, to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, why ain't they hard? Then when they finally got hard, they was little bricks. So yeah, man, I'm
I
not
wasn't
a.
at home for this.
Is this the same dough they put inside like the hotels and stuff that they just?
No, man, it was like some Pillsbury chocolate chip
Just the
cookies,
regular.
bro. Yeah, man. I can't even make.
Oh,
I suck, man.
That's all right. I've done that too. I did that
Yeah.
too, like a
funny.
year ago. I'm a chef.
Right.
I'm like, these are too soft. These aren't cooking.
Yeah.
I didn't get that bad though.
Yeah, man, I'm terrible at cooking, so I really appreciate anybody else bringing in good food for us.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna leave those with y'all. Though.
yeah, man, we appreciate it, bro. And next time we won't be so packed, so we'll be able to have you in. I know how it is, but we're gonna make sure we get a link to your food on here, and if you can send us the recipe too, so we could put the recipe in there. That'd be dope.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
For sure, we appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all because, like, I don't know, like, I've looked around too much, but I'm the only white guy that y'all been helping promote. And, finally, white guys getting a shot. But I appreciate y'all a lot, man. It's been real love.
For sure,
I'm
man.
gonna show you what I got.
Definitely, man. We appreciate you, Crowns, and great food. Like always, I'm gonna eat another one.
over a second one.
Take them, share them with people.
Yeah, man, these are good, bro. These are good.
Y'all making me
Thank you
want to
very
try.
much. Go ahead and bounce out.
All right, yeah, man.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. For sure. And talk to me about the show, man.
We will.
Okay. Just hit me up. All righty. Sorry about that, folks.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by...
Let's do some news real fast, folks. Let's see. All right. So this week, we got the Arizona governor, Katie Hobbs. She wants to do a massive expansion of a school voucher program championed last year by her GOP predecessor and other Republicans that let students apply to use public money for private school tuition. It's garbage. I mean, I cannot believe that was passed. I mean, Arizona's doing some crazy stuff, man. But that is garbage. Why would you let public school money go to private schools? Private schools don't help nothing. They don't help anyone that's poor. That's ridiculous. So they let that go through, and I'm so happy that she's going to roll that back because it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You got enough money to send your kids to private school, you don't need help. Obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could pay for school. Some of us can't do that. So she's doing a lot to get that pushed back, and I believe that's the right thing to do. Releasing its budget proposal Friday, the governor's office said that its expansion is siphoning money from underfunded public schools and would cost $1.5 billion over the next decade. Hobbs staffers estimated the move would save the state $135 million the next fiscal year. The expansion, one of the Republican Governor Doug Ducey's biggest accomplishments, unfortunately, because he was I don't know, man. The voucher program to every child in the state. Hobbs isn't proposing doing away with all vouchers, but wants to return the voucher program to what was before its expansion, when disabled children, students living in American Indian reservations, and students attending low-performing public schools and others were eligible for the vouchers. And that makes more sense. I agree with you, Ms. Hobbs. That's why we voted you in, because it shouldn't be going to people that sounds so ignorant. It goes to kids that go to private school. What? Let's give it to the low income kids. What is going on?
My school need it. My school showed.
I was about to say your school needed too. Forest Park wouldn't survive.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
you know, those are where's it located?
Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, we have his school, Paradise Valley. You are good. You don't need nothing, man.
She used to make me feel so bad because I went to a decent school, and but she talking about, oh, you had that. I'm like, yeah. What kind of school you went to? Like, and she said,
inner
yeah,
city,
no
city
music,
school.
no art. I'm like, good grief.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't have. We
Yeah,
had like
we
one.
have all that. I ain't gonna
One
lie.
elective.
Wow.
You could do gym or ROTC. That was it.
So she chose ROTC.
Yeah, I was like, shoot, I'm gonna be marching because I ain't running. Right, it was fun.
Man, that's
I don't know. The only elective I'm doing this year is probably my culinary class.
well, you have culinary classes, and a lot of people in Phoenix I've talked to, they don't have that option in there.
They have like a whole culinary building.
Yeah.
Just a
Mm.
whole building of culinary.
That's nice.
That's
Like when I first got there, like especially coming from like, you know what I'm saying, O'Fallon, or I thought it was like a college campus. It felt like a college campus compared to any Illinois school.
But the way the schools are set up here, they're set up like college campuses.
Yeah, they're
especially compared to what we're used to seeing in the Midwest.
Paradise Valley is like, it's not huge, but it's like,
yeah, because they got all the separate buildings.
They got a whole lot of separate. They have like a math building,
one building built upwards. That's what we're used to in the Midwest.
Okay.
Here they do little bitty buildings all throughout the campus. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, every
college feel.
Every building has 2 floors, so it would be like bottom floor science building, top floor science building.
Right.
The only building that has 1 floor is the culinary building. But like the kitchens are huge. Like it's bigger than the kitchen at my job. Type.
Yeah,
You know what
so
I'm
I mean, all the people that they're gonna be feeding, this definitely needed.
I'm talking about just the cooking
Oh,
classes.
the cooking class. Oh, that's crazy.
Like
that's crazy.
Like they don't just have one kitchen for like, you know what I'm saying, just swap. They have like individual kitchens for like groups of like 4. Like they be having groups of 4, and like every group have right. And it's like,
that's nice.
Man, that's crazy.
Just college or high school?
It's high school.
It's high school.
You're in high school?
Yeah.
I'm 17.
Oh shoot! Oh man,
that's what he gets every day.
I get that a lot. It's not.
Oh,
I get that a lot.
Oh
That's
man,
that's a grown man. That's a grown man.
Are you in college? At college?
Exactly.
Nah.
Cool. I like that's cool, man. You got a good head on your shoulders, man. That's cool.
Yeah, man. He's hard headed, but they all are. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
This is what I say every time you like, man. I'm like, at least I'm not doing it like illegal stuff.
Nah, he could be worse. He definitely could be worse.
I could be a lot worse.
That's true.
But here's I'm too lazy to do it too much worse.
You know, just nowadays, you know, just like when we was young, you know, the same thing. You know, I was always on my cell phone and my pager, and I couldn't who was paging me, who I'm calling back, who beeping. You know, I'm grew up in the '90s, so you know, it's that's all I was about. And now they're about my tablet, my iPhone, and that's all they care about. You know what I mean? So, and it's hard to turn them away from it. I don't know what our daughter has, what she's gonna be on, but it's gonna be hard to turn. But hopefully, we can use it to keep her.
That's true.
From doing bad things. You know what I mean? So you know, we're learning, man. Well, we're gonna go to the next story here. We got gun policy debates moves to the ballot box. Gun control supporters won a victory this week as the Supreme Court left New York's newest gun laws in place. For now, but going forward, they're looking toward voters, not legislators, in their quest to put stricter gun ownership and safety measures on the books, which I think needs to be done across the country, man. We have too many kids getting killed, getting shot. Too many little kids, man, and it's ridiculous, man. That people are fighting against common sense laws to keep your guns away from people that might harm themselves. And we got people that's fighting against this. We got in Madison County, Illinois did a ban, assault weapon ban through the whole state. And you you know, those good old boys in Illinois ain't feeling that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're upset.
All
So
them Daryls and
yeah,
Dallas.
so in Madison County, I lived that a long time because I lived in a little small town in Madison County called Edwardsville,
Ugh.
and it's a lot of racist backwater people out there, man. And the sheriff out there, he decided that he's not gonna follow the assault weapon ban, and he's not gonna punish anyone who has it or try to push the laws. The
Edwardsville
governor,
is so gross.
man. The governor's JB Pritzker, I think he said Pritzker or something like that, but he's saying Pritzker. He's going to put anybody in. He's firing any sheriff who's not following the rules, who's not enforcing the laws. It's gonna be a big fight, man. These
wow.
people. I mean, the amount of kids and school shootings. You would think that would change these people's mind about these guns, man. How many kids are getting killed? How many people are getting killed in schools by these assault weapons? No, they're more scared of their neighbor than worried about their kid getting killed, and that's messed up, man. I don't know. Fear is a crazy thing, man. When you allow your kids to be in harm to keep you safe as a grown up. Your kids, they can't protect themselves. They can't have an AK-14, AR-15 at school. They can't do that. So it's hard for me to understand why we're protecting these things, but I'm happy that Illinois has done something because Chicago is getting, man,
Out of control.
right.
Yes.
Out of control.
And you know it's not gonna stop it because like I say all the time, they could just go to Indiana, go to Iowa, go to Minnesota, the states that surrounding Illinois, and go get whatever they want and come on back to Illinois. You know, because the next states are laxed. So we could put in those laws for our state, but it isn't really going to do much because you can just go to the next state and have an ID and buy whatever you want. So I mean, until the other states start coming to the party to try to keep these guns out of these people's hands, we're still gonna have all these problems, man. So you know, I'm you know me, I'm a big anti-gun advocate. I believe in personal use to protect your home, but we have to do something to keep these guns. It's got to be some type of personal responsibility that people have to take when you buy these. With your safe would come, you have to buy a safe, you have to buy all these things. If you don't have these things, you can't have this weapon.
Right.
And that's what I think needs to come. Moving on, we got tech news. YouTube is testing a free ad supported TV channels. They're testing free ad supported channels that show content from certain media companies, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. The concept is similar to services like Pluto, Roku, Live TV, where you'll get, you know, certain TVs at stations that you can watch, but you have to see commercials, you know what I mean? Like Pluto. But
cool.
they're just trying to do that to give a cheaper option. So many people are going to streaming where cable is falling off. YouTube is very smart to jump on this to bring in the option of free ads because not everyone can afford all this TV that you have to do on top of the internet. It's still about the same amount you were paying for cable when you're doing this stuff and you start adding in Netflix and Hulu and you know what I mean. You spending $200. That's about what you were spending when you had cable. You know what I mean? So you know you're just swapping it. So I mean, we need to figure out a way to make it cheaper, man.
And a lot of this stuff is worth it too.
Man, look, man. The problem is the internet is too expensive. That's what I think.
Patrick said
Internet is too expensive.
cable is trash and overpriced.
It's overpriced. All of it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of it is overpriced.
There's no more even good TV shows on there.
Man, it is
There's
overpriced. We get
more
oversaturated with crap that's not even that good. And it's just so many TV shows out there nowadays. It's just all just bad. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know, man. And they're not doing anything to make it cheaper for the consumer. So you just have to pick and choose what you want and what you want to look at because and then that's what I was getting at in the beginning. The internet needs to be free. I don't understand why we're paying $150 for internet. But something that, yeah, man, it gets on my nerves. Like we should not have to pay for this.
I would never lag again. No, I was playing.
I hate it. But that's gonna be big for them, man. YouTube is getting a big piece of the streaming money. So they're making their move, man, and that's YouTube is Google. These people, they just keep making more and more money, man. You know what I mean? So what can you say? But we got gaming news here real fast, and you can go into yours. You'll take me over. We got a leaker revealed more details about a new PS5 model with a detachable disk drive. So that'd be kind of dope. Where you could put in a new drive, your own drive, or buy a big one and have an expansion pack. That'd be kind of dope. Because it kind of sucks when you buy
That's
one.
what I need to get, honestly.
Yeah, and
you know
buy
them
one and
big
you
old
can't-
boxes, the gigabyte boxes
Mhm.
that you can just connect.
Yeah,
I'm sure we both need some because
definitely. Because I hate it. I got to remove my game to play something new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had that problem too. We play Call of
man,
Duty
Call
heavy.
of Duty, yeah,
Oh,
like, I
he
had
be
to take all my games out for Call
he
of
be
Duty.
thinking I
Like,
can beat him.
So big.
Tia was like, "Where's all the games?" I said, "I
Man.
had to update Call
Right.
of Duty."
Me and Unc be playing
It's huge
me and Unc be playing 2K.
Yeah.
Don't have enough space on it.
to do nothing.
We,
Yeah,
Man.
we gotta delete all the games.
okay, so when we first got the new 2K, I had to delete like just about all my games.
Right.
Then the updates are big.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, okay, I got enough storage to get, you know what I'm saying, one more game, you know what I'm saying, 1 or 2 more games. So I'll get like Red Dead Redemption. That like those Rockstar games
They're
take
huge.
so much
They're
storage.
huge, man.
They do that on purpose.
Yep.
It takes
Yeah.
a lot of storage because it's like I understand it's a big game, like there's stuff within it, you know what I'm saying? But still, oh my goodness.
Mm.
Like this last 2K update, it took like 4 or 5 hours for me.
I had to delete my Guardians of the Galaxy. I was having fun with that.
Man, I had to what I had to delete. I had to delete Mortal Kombat. I had to delete a couple things.
So yeah, man, that's a good thing. So hopefully that's gonna be the new option for this year. And my last little story here, we got in the comic book corner. I don't think I told you to grab this one. We got Agatha
Darkness.
Yeah, the Coven of Chaos starts filming next week. The directors and supporting cast has been revealed. Production about to start on the show. They did say that this is supposed to take place like right after Doctor Strange, so they're gonna pick up right there. So
I haven't watched that either.
Yeah, you haven't. Man, you ain't.
Man, I'm slacking.
You out the loop, man.
I'm slacking.
Yeah, so it's cool, man, to see them where we're gonna headed on this one and where it's gonna go. So they got a lot of good big people that's gonna be coming into it. We'll see what they do, man.
There's one more thing I want to talk about real quick before we go to a break and swap out. I just want to point out that not Will Smith. What's his name? Eddie Murphy.
Oh, he hotted up Will Smith.
That too, but he's coming out with some a lot more movies too. Yeah,
I don't know, bro. I saw
Eddie Murphy's my
I saw
guy.
Coming to America too.
Nah, right. He's coming out with a new Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh God.
He was like, man,
I don't know, man.
He said
I was just
he's supposed to be coming back to stand up too, going back to stand up. He was like his main plan was to do it right before the pandemic, but the pandemic hit.
So his kids old enough now. Because I know that's the reason why he stopped doing all the cussing and stuff. Because he had little kids.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
why
he has a
started
couple
doing movies like Daddy Gay Care. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's why he switched it up.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't want to be that vulgar with his kids being little.
Oh yeah, because I was just watching Life yesterday.
Right.
I think that's probably why he did Shrek too.
Yeah, there's a lot of the roles he took. He was thinking more in the mind of his kids.
Man,
he
he even knows he does. The Haunted Mansion movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, and he said that one did not do so well.
Nah, man, he's dog.
He's funny
through the whole 2000s. It hasn't been a good run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Life was his last decent movie that was worth
a good
watching.
one.
And
I think
hopefully he take it back to the day, man.
Yeah,
Bring
he
back
is.
The
He should
bring back the vulgarness, man.
he should, because that new movie, what's it called? You People or something like that.
Oh, he's a father.
Yeah, and like his daughter then is finna marry a white man.
But is Eddie Murphy ready for cancel culture nowadays? With the culture that we have now, and especially how his humor was back in the 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, vulgar.
I mean, he can't get away with that now.
My favorite Eddie Murphy, probably my favorite joke he said is like when he did the impression of was Elvis.
Oh yeah, that's fun, and he's good at doing impressions. So he doesn't have to do vulgar comedy, you know what I mean, to be funny, because he's so good at doing so many other things. But let's take a quick break, man, and we're gonna bring Iesha in for the news.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
All right. I don't, do I? That might help me. All right, guys. So this week in the news, it is now officially Girl Scout cookie season.
I'm fat.
Thin mints.
Thin mints, yes.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookies?
Mint.
I like, that's why I said thin mints, because
Thin
that's your
mints.
thing. I like them little circle ones. I don't know what they're called. They're like butter
Thin mints.
cookies.
The
What are they called?
the trefoils.
Yeah,
I think so.
trefoils. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
those are
like
good.
that. I like those too.
Oh, yeah,
Dosey
those are good too.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody has their favorite, man.
They do. Well,
Yeah, I forget what's
the
those.
Samoas.
Samoa. She hates those because she don't
I
like
hate them.
coconut.
Me
I
too.
don't like
I hate
coconut.
those too.
I love them.
I'm good on those.
Yeah.
But so starting Monday, you can find Girl Scout cookies. They will be going on sale starting on Monday. And later on in February, they will be debuting their newest cookie. It's going to be called Raspberry Rally.
Mm.
It's going to be a thin, crispy cookie infused with raspberry, and then it's going to be dipped in chocolate.
Raspberry is one of the worst artificial flavors. Like it never tastes like raspberry. I want to say something else. It tastes like
It's like tarty, almost like tart.
raspberry.
Tarts, yeah.
I like the tarty.
It's just never good. I don't know.
Yeah, it tastes more like a dried up
I don't know.
Like
stale
a Pop-Tart or something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I get
what I
from
get.
it. Yeah,
It never has that. It never has a good flavor
like
to
a
it.
frosted Pop-Tart or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so Girl Scout cookies have been around dating back to 1917.
Wow.
Wow, it's that
Yes,
long?
It has been that long. When Girl Scout cookies first started out in 1917, all the troops used to bake the cookies fresh in their homes. So anybody that purchased cookies around those times, around those first years, they got homemade cookies. So now everything's done by manufacturing and
Right.
warehousing. So, but I thought it was a good little fun fact that they've been around since 1917, and they started out as baking cookies in their homes and going doorstep to sell
Wow,
the cookies.
that's crazy.
I'm excited. Like, I don't think y'all understand like the level of bad boy excitement.
Yeah, fat boy.
Oh, trust. I'm already waiting for the troops to pop up at Fry's.
Yeah.
I feel like as a father, I would do too much when my girls start doing. I would probably set up like e-commerce or funnels and stuff, and sell online and run ads and stuff.
Right.
Look, I'm
Drop
already,
ship.
Look, I can't wait for Jimmy to get old enough to be doing Girl Scouts because
We done bought all the
we done
cookies.
bought all the
for
boxes.
Oh man.
her. She done sold all her cookies. We done bought them.
Yeah, so right. But I thought that was, cute and fun and something everybody tends to look forward to every year. And people are
Mhm.
usually, when is it going to be Girl Scout cookies? I can't wait for the cookies. And well, starting on Monday, you can go ahead and
Get your cookies.
get your cookies.
With a new flavor.
You might be
Yeah.
able to find
I think they come out with a new flavor almost every year. I
Oh,
think.
do they?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
I just be
every
getting the
couple
mints, I don't know.
years.
Yeah,
Or every
but they
couple
never
years.
stick though. They never stick.
I don't know. Last year they had one.
It's like it was a caramel cookie or something.
Yeah,
Because I remember posting about it. All right, what else you got?
We can go ahead and roll into this week's hot mess.
You want to do it?
Yeah, because I don't know which one it is.
Get ready for the week's Hollywood hot mess
Got me already
with
set up.
Iesha Rowan.
All right, so this week's hot mess is Kanye West. I know you all have already heard about his little escapade this week. He is now married to Bianca. Her name is Bianca Sensory. And she's from Australia. And she's worked as an architectural designer for Yeezy for the past several years.
So he's been flirting with her for about 5 years.
Or iron her at least.
Right. He been ironing in the background.
Right.
I don't know why, because I seen her and ain't no Kim K.
Sources close to TMZ said that Kanye and Bianca recently had some sort of wedding ceremony recently, although they were told that it does not appear that Kanye or Bianca have filed for a actual marriage certificate to make it legal. So I'm not sure what type of, maybe they just had like a commitment ceremony.
Just trying to change the narrative, man.
Because
see,
I was reading that, Kanye was saying he's going to follow the Bible now. And the Bible says no sex until marriage. So I'm
too late for that. You got kids.
Right. But, he could have went re-celibate. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to trick God or something. We did the ceremony.
Right. we did the ceremony, right? Now can I get the booty? I think that's how that conversation went.
It probably honestly won't last. When he just got divorced a couple months ago.
Right.
And, when you're not, when we talk about healing, if you're not 100% healed, you were just fighting with your ex-wife last week and now you're married to somebody else. And as a woman, I feel like her standard should have been a little bit higher. She should have been like, hey, you need to go through counseling. You need to do something, before just jumping and getting married.
Before I probably, if I was in that situation as a woman, even thinking about dating Kanye, it wouldn't be a dating type situation. It would just be more like we're just a flame. Cause anybody that you date after your divorce for a certain period of time is going to be a rebound.
Right. Yeah. Until you get serious. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Until you're ready to be like, okay, this is what I'm really looking for. I'm tired of partying, doing this and doing that. Then
you would think he would take a break and just chill for a little while.
And right, but he has not done that.
Yeah.
He went from Kim to several other women right after.
It has been a little while. I think.
Yeah. I mean,
it's been about a year. I think.
Yeah, it's been about a year, but I know their divorce was just actually final a couple months ago.
The divorce was actually finalized a couple months ago.
He can't even drive.
But see, the thing is a year. It's not even about the time. It's about what you're doing during that time.
Exactly.
So
what if you're to heal yourself during that time period of this is separation, divorce, all this. What have you?
Right. What did you do?
What growth did you achieve during that time before you started dating?
Right. But you still calling her out on Instagram every week, and then now all of a sudden we can't take your next situation serious because we still focus on the fact that you was just arguing with your ex-wife last week.
Right.
So it's an interesting situation.
Yeah. So I mean, when I saw that, I was just like, "Are you serious? He can't be. She can't even be serious to even." She has to be going along with it. Has to be a joke. It has to be. It has to be.
Well, it can't be about the money because after he lost his billionaire status, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he still got money.
Which is true.
375 million or billion, whatever, is still a lot.
That's true.
He lost billionaire status, but he's still a millionaire. I don't know. Now we can go ahead and move into the game.
Let's do something real fast.
We can go to a break real quick.
No, Patrick, you want to talk about my
picks for the
NFL this week?
Okay.
bring them up on there at the bottom of the screen. I had the games. We got the Cowboys and the Buccaneers,
49ers and Seahawks.
49ers and Seahawks. I think the 49ers will win that game.
Smoke 'em up.
I hope the Cowboys win. I'm just not I'm sick of Tom Brady, man. Somebody beat this dude. Send him into retirement, please.
Right.
Then we got I think who else played?
Seattle and San Francisco play tonight or today at 2:30.
San Fran. I think San Fran probably gonna win that. That should be an easy win for San Fran.
Then you got the Jacksonville is playing at 6:15 tonight. They playing against LA.
LA. The Chargers. The Chargers. Okay.
The Chargers. And then tomorrow we have.
You got Jacksonville?
Yeah.
I think the Chargers gonna win. There's no way that Jacksonville can't win that game. We'll see though.
The Chargers have a decent
The Chargers are good. The Jaguars is just young. They got a young quarterback. This is first playoff experience. I can't see them winning.
They're not really that much bad. That they about the same as the Chargers. They 9-8, and Chargers are 10-7. So it's not really much of a difference.
The record don't mean anything.
But on Sunday we got Miami and Buffalo, and then you got.
I'm going with the upset. Miami gonna upset Buffalo. I'll be the first one to tell everybody. Buffalo gonna lose. Do what they usually do every year.
Oh, like laundry.
You got the Giants in Minnesota.
That's a tough one. But Minnesota probably should win. But if the Giants come, and the Giants, they just one of those teams that can play defense out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So if they defense show up, they can shut Minnesota down, man. Because I wouldn't put money on Kirk Cousins to do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Kirk Cousins choke.
I just not putting no money on him, bro.
So wait, the 49ers against Seahawks, ain't it?
Yeah. That should be an easy pick for them.
Because they just got Deebo Samuels back too.
And they got what it was, McCaffrey at the running back. Yeah. They got, and Deebo is pretty much a running back.
Then they got what's his name? Kittle.
They got the kid. They just got too much firepower, man.
Okay, so who you got? Baltimore or Cincinnati?
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. With Baltimore not having their quarterback, I'm taking
they ain't
Cincinnati.
got Lamar, do they?
Now Lamar's hurt.
Oh no.
So I'm taking Cincinnati. Cincinnati should win that one.
Because they got Joe Burrows.
Yeah, Joe's okay. As long as they keep Joe upright and keep the defense off of him, he should do well.
They just went to the Super Bowl last year, didn't they?
Yeah. They looking much better than the Rams because the Rams didn't even make the playoffs. They're trash.
And to round off the wild card playoffs, Dallas or Tampa Bay?
I think we already picked that one. I picked Dallas.
Yeah.
I do not want to see any more Tom Brady. But I know the Dallas have been playing bad.
LeBron James.
I think Dallas, the quarterback, he's been having a tough go at it. Hopefully he come out of it and look a little better. Okay. But I agree. I kind of agree with you, Patrick, on those picks. I don't know about the Jags. I'm kind of thinking the Bills gonna get upset. I don't know why. I just kind of feel that way. They didn't met 3 times. Sometimes team just get the advantage that shouldn't.
Kirk Cousins
but we'll
go
see.
out there and fold.
All right, let's go into
made my heart warm and happy with that.
But let's go on into the game, man. Let's see what we do for the trivia.
All right. So in trivia for the loot, as you can see on the board behind me, there are a total of 10 questions. If you get 7 out of the 10 correct, we will donate to your charity of choice. All right. You guys ready?
Ready.
Question 1. How many times was Elizabeth Taylor married?
Ooh, shoot, I feel like I know this. I'm gonna go with 6, just because it sounds outrageous, and I'm going with it. What you want to say?
I'm gonna go where she goes with. I suck at trivia.
Let's get ready to play trivia for the week's Hollywood Hot Mess, sponsored by Iesha Rowan.
I couldn't find that.
What was it, wrong?
It was wrong.
Oh, 8. Dang. Oh, that's worse than I thought.
Elizabeth Taylor was married 8 times.
Oh, wow. 8 times.
She wasn't playing, bro.
All right. How many bones does a shark have?
Ooh,
I wouldn't know. I barely know how many bones we have.
Oh, I don't know.
206, but I don't know nothing about no sharks though.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm gonna say 1,000.
I'm gonna say I don't know. 216.
I'm gonna say, shoot, I'm about to go low. I'm gonna say 7.
Gotta be a lot.
Yeah, I feel like
Actually-
it's a lot.
Sharks do not have bones at all.
Oh,
Man, I was about to say that
wow.
too. I was
all
gonna say
cartilage,
that.
huh?
Babe,
It's
you
all
should've
cartilage.
said it.
Cartilage.
See,
You should have said it, babe.
even if I sound stupid, I just gotta say it.
I knew it had to be few.
Now I was gonna say none too, because I was like,
Mm.
it's a random question. Like none.
Okay. Question 3. Which of these is not a birthstone? Is it topaz, jade, or peridot?
Jade is definitely a birthstone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say peridot.
yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. We can go with that.
I'm gonna go peridot.
What was it? Topaz or jade?
It is jade.
Oh,
Jade
because it's
is not a-
emerald.
Jade is
It's emerald.
not
Oh,
a birthstone.
It's
Yeah, it's emerald. That's right. I'm thinking just green.
I'm thinking of Mortal Kombat character.
All right. What is a perfect score in bowling?
perfect score. The whole
Perfect
game.
Score, the whole game.
Yes. Call Grandpa JD.
I know my grandfather was a
160,
professional
I know.
bowler. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with I was thinking 300 too, but I'm also thinking 180 for some reason. But what you want to go with? 300 or 180?
180.
All right, let's go with 180.
I want to show them this.
It's probably 300, huh?
It is 300.
I knew it.
You should have went with your first choice. I'm not gonna tell you what the answer is. I'm gonna let you figure it out and give me the final answer. The next question is: this letter of the alphabet represents 50
Ooh, 50.
in Roman numerals.
You picked these questions?
I did.
Did you know them before you picked them?
I did.
Oh man, you smart then. Smart.
She said I did.
Oh God, no, she didn't.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say Zulu. I'm gonna say Z. What you gonna say, babe?
I'm gonna say V.
V? No, there's already V. That's 5, babe.
Okay.
But is it? Oh, okay, yeah, that's 5.
I don't know.
X is what 10?
Yeah, X is 10.
I'm gonna say Z.
Z,
I don't know why. I'm
okay.
just feeling Z.
Yeah, I don't know. P.
Q. I'm terrible. At
Elemental
we're,
P, I don't
we're
know.
terrible at
I
trivia.
feel like if we got it right, she would do it quicker. So I already know when she's reaching for it.
Elemental P.
Yeah.
L.
L.
The letter L.
Oh,
represents
okay.
The number
I wouldn't know
50.
that.
Oh, okay.
Guess we
Yeah,
took
that
it
makes
out.
I
sense.
literally just said elemental P. Yup.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the Super Bowl too.
Okay. Which of the following countries does not have an animal on their flag?
Hmm.
Is it Egypt, Peru, or Kenya?
Peru.
He said that with such confidence.
No, he did, huh? All right, good. Go ahead, click it.
Yeah.
I'm going with Kenya.
I'm going to Egypt.
Oh yeah, Kenya got the was it the staffs or whatever the two, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with Kenya.
Torches.
Too.
Okay, you going with Kenya?
Yeah.
Going with
All right,
Egypt.
we're going with Kenya. Okay.
Hey, that's what it.
All right. Now, Jimmy, this is before your time, so you ain't gonna know the answer. But how many
Oh,
top
he shows out.
friends
What the heck?
could you have on MySpace?
Oh, I think it was like what 8 or 10.
Was it 7?
It was like my top 8 or my top 10, huh?
I don't know. I have no idea. Wow, that
All right, 8 or
MySpace
10.
was so 10, I guess.
10. Okay, we're gonna go with 10.
Yes, I'm going with 5.
Top 5.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to say 6.
No.
Dang.
You're wrong anyway.
There wasn't.
But,
Was there? An
when
8.
MySpace
Oh.
first when it first started out, it was top 5,
Mm.
but they eventually upgraded it to top 8.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's why I was like, oh,
Top
10, 8 or 10.
Hmm.
Yep.
Wow, that's memory unlocked.
I thought
True or false? Jackals are in the same family as dogs, wolves, and foxes?
I'm gonna go with true. What you going with?
I'm gonna go with false. One of it got to get it right.
No, we gotta pick the
I'm gonna
same
get
answer,
true.
babe.
Yeah, true.
It is true. Jackals are in the same family as dogs, wolves, and foxes. All right. Next question is, this musical instrument typically has 4 strings.
Oh,
4 strings.
So I'm like, it's either ukulele or some type of a banjo. No, banjo probably not. I don't know, babe. You a musician?
Yeah, right. Why'd you say that? Because now the pressure's on. I have no. I'm probably overthinking about it.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I think we should go with ukulele.
Do that ukulele.
Yeah, let's try it. Okay. I'm like, it has to be a small guitar. I was thinking either ukulele or banjo.
Which
about that chubby dude
is heavier, a baseball or a softball?
Baseball is smaller, but I think it's heavier, right?
I've never played or held a softball.
Me neither. I don't even think. I think we went to one game, huh? We went to the Braves like one time.
Yeah. A baseball or softball? I feel like a baseball though.
It's heavier.
Yeah.
Right, baseball.
Yeah.
What? A softball.
The softball is heavier. The softball can be anywhere between 6.25 and 7 ounces.
It's so soft.
Whereas the baseball is only between 5 and 5.25 ounces.
Okay, let me ask you this: what's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, because I'm like all these random facts. it gotta stem from somewhere.
Aquarius.
But no, I wasn't able to find a good trivia session that was tailored towards marriage counseling.
Okay,
coaching,
okay,
and
got
things
you.
like that, because I typically do trivia mostly related to what your business
Close with
is.
the Elizabeth Taylor one. I thought we was about to.
But
All right, if I can't get that one right, I'll get the next one right.
So I just decided to do just random trivia facts today. So
Oh yeah, I learned something today.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Sharks have no bones.
All right. So can you guys give us one more time, tell everybody where anybody can reach you guys, find you, or reach out and, book a session or webpage, website, things like that?
Definitely start with our Instagram marriage as well. We have a series coming out called Marriage Unlocked, which is also based off our ebook. Really, really, really powerful information. And so this series that we're working on, I'm also a videographer, obviously, too. So I'm not holding any punches in like the quality I'm trying to get for it. But yeah, it's going to be really good, and it's going to be authentic because we're going to be telling a lot of our story and sharing a lot of personal things too. We just figure if we're going to help people, we're going to start out by being vulnerable, so people can, relate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that series is actually going to be dropping this week. So if you go to our Instagram, again, it's Marriage is Wealth. We're going to be talking about, how to unlock your marriage, how to open some of those doors that may have been closed for a long time. Maybe you haven't been talking about your finances, or you haven't been talking about, your expectations or your boundaries. So we're going to cover all of that and just talk about the basic foundations of what we feel you need to have, a successful foundation for your relationship.
Okay. And if someone was looking to book a session, Instagram would be the place to start to book that session?
They can actually call us directly. Our number is an Atlanta number because we are from Atlanta. It's 770-954-6068. If you call that number or text that number, we'll respond to you. We usually respond within like 2 to 3 hours. And then we could do right on the spot. Just call. When you call, just make sure you got about 15 minutes because I want to get the rundown of what's going on so I can, start planning in my head of how I can help you.
Okay, perfect. Again, thank you guys so much for coming on to the show. We do highly appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us.
This was a really good episode, especially for those that we have as viewers that are couples and have been in committed relationships, not only are just married, but do have serious committed relationships as well.
Oh, yeah,
so maybe they
absolutely.
can take something out of the episode and maybe reach out if they're having trouble and things like that to get assistance.
Right.
So we do highly appreciate you guys coming on for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Habari Live. We do appreciate you. And we will see you guys next week.
All right.
Holla holla.
Peace.